What is up, guys? Welcome back to Petry's Perspective. Today we're going to be reviewing Netflix's Death Note. Let's jump right into it. So this first minute or two will be no spoilers. I'm just going to talk about my general feelings about the film, which is I absolutely loved it. Yes, it is an American adaptation, so of course they do change things, but the way they changed it was fine by me, and the ending was awesome. It solved all my fears about this movie. It was freaking amazing. Ryuk still loves his apples, and that was nice. And let's jump right into some spoilers because I can't contain it no longer. Starting it right off the bat, Light's mother was killed by a criminal. And that's basically where the whole story and its premise starts off. A criminal killed Light's father, who is a cop, just like in the anime. And whenever he finally does get the Death Note, Ryuk is the one that convinces him to use it for the first time, which I really like that. I like that he just wasn't a freaking psychotic killer just right off the bat. So Ryuk convinces him to use the Death Note first, and then his mother's killer is the one that really pushes him to become Kira. Now, his and Mia's relationship, however, I was on the rocks with throughout the whole movie. I was like, do I like them being together? Sometimes she can be a bitch. Sometimes she seems like she's being Kira, and sometimes she seems like she has no idea what the hell is going on. But by the end of it, all my problems were washed away. And the way he shows Mia that he has the Death Note is whenever she's asking about it, she thinks he's crazy, and he goes and proves it to her with the live feed of a criminal holding some hostages, just like the anime when he first realized he was a killer. That's how he shows her, so I like that they kind of like fuse those two things together. And then at that point, they become inseparable. They kill each other together. I mean, they do stuff together, like they kill people together. They basically make Kira together, even though Light's the one who talks about the name. He talks about being Japanese for killer, so it should throw off the trail. Really like those little nods to the anime. But then L shows up, and that's when stuff gets really real because he basically points to the criminal they killed in the crime in the hostage situation. He points to that as being the first Kira death, and that's why he starts looking in Seattle. And it gets really rocky from there because at some point he suspects Light. He gets someone following him, just like in the anime. And then his dad makes the press conference, and that is about where it definitely separates from the anime. Because his dad does a press conference just like L does it, but he shows his face and everything. And from there, Kira does not kill him, and that points L right towards Light. From there on, he literally has no other suspects right towards Light. Mia tries to kill his father, and that just gets into a whole bunch of just bullshit. Whole bunch of bullshit between the two of them. And then Light goes on. He writes Watery's name down in the book. Try to find out L's name. I like that little twist. I like that. And then when L shows up at his house to confront Light of his killing of Watery, now that was a real scene, and that was really, really well done. Loved it. And from there, they go to the little prom scene, the whatever's going on there, because they were searching his house whenever L shows up. So they go to prom. She gives him back the book. And then in prom, she tells him she would rather have the book because she wrote his name in the book that he'd have a heart attack at midnight. But she wasn't thinking ahead. Light tells her to meet at the Ferris wheel. He runs to the computer scene, and that is where literally, like, it blew my mind. When he wrote down all those names, we'll get to those in a second. He runs to this Ferris wheel. Here, worst scene of the movie. Did not like that chase scene. What? It just didn't make sense to me. Didn't make sense. Anyway, chase scene with L and Light go down. L gets knocked out by a dude who loves Kira. Anyway, continue on to the Ferris wheel, and this is where Light's magic happens. All those names he's writing down in the computer lab happen here. The first name he writes. Mia dies if she takes the death note from her boyfriend by the Ferris wheel collapsing. Beyond that, he wrote down that she would pull his name out and it would end in a fire. Love that part of it. And she would strike the ground, he would hit the water. Second part, he wrote this doctor's name in the book to come pull him out of the water and then save him and keep him in a 2-day coma. To keep him in that coma. Third person, he writes down a mailman to retrieve the death note and continue writing names into it. And then before he kills himself, to return the death note to Kira. While all this is going on, right before Elle's about to leave because the police are like, no, how can Light be killing people when he's been in a 2-day coma? So they don't believe Elle's story that it's Light. Elle, however, because Light says something about some stupid calculus book, like that was a stupid mistake on Light's part, goes and destroys Mia, the dead girl's room now, and absolutely just destroys through it looking for that calculus book. He finds the page, and it ends right before. We don't know if he's lighting Light's name down or not, but we know Elle is a good guy, and we know he's not going to do it because he'd rather play by the rules of the law. Of course, this seems to be a different Elle from this point on, so who knows if he will be playing by the court of law. And the final part of it, which absolutely... So, the death with Mia, I loved that he killed her and basically was the Kira we know now. Like, he is the Kira we know now. I like that Elle has found some proof, but it's on Mia, the dead girl, and not Light. And finally, whenever his dad confronts him that he is Kira, I loved that scene because his dad's basically like, I know you're Kira and I can't do anything about it. And that blew my fucking mind. So if I had to rate this movie, I would definitely give this movie a 9 out of 10. I love Death Note. And this movie, I came in with medium expectations. I knew I was going to like it. But by the end of it, I was screaming. I was going, fuck yes. I was yelling at the TV. I was so happy. And it blew my mind away. And it set up a second movie, which is awesome. I cannot wait for the second movie, which you know is going to happen in probably 3 years or whatever. But I cannot wait for the second movie to come out because they set it up so well. Light and Elle are exactly where I want them to be. They know exactly who the other is, but can't really do anything about it yet. And that is going to make for a perfect second movie, no matter what happens in it. Either Kira or Light dies, you know what I mean? Set up for a third one if Elle dies. I don't know, I said Kira and Light, Elle, I'm sorry. But if Elle dies, that's just going to set up for a third one. And if Elle kills Kira in the second movie, then perfect. That's exactly the way it should have played out. But let me know what you guys think about Netflix's Death Note down in the comments below. Obviously, I love this movie, and I would love to hear what you guys think about it. And you can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Petry's Perspective. And as always, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. Oh yeah, Ryuk's laugh is awesome. Totally forgot to talk about Ryuk. It's only because he wasn't that much of the movie, but he was awesome. Willem Dafoe did an awesome job.